Good evening, folks. I just wanted to come to you this evening for a little bit. That was Tina playing the piano there. And, well, I know a lot of pastors are trying this out now, and I thought I would try it out too. Sorry I'm shaking you around a little bit here, but when I get my phone in position, I'll talk a little bit about kind of what we talked about yesterday. We talked about the triumphal entry and Jesus coming into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. I have a question for you. I said, have you ever been in a situation where things didn't turn out quite the way you thought they would? I know maybe it could have been an event or a concert you went to, or certainly I think we've all maybe gone to the movies and the movie just didn't turn out quite the way that all the hype had it turn out. Or with me sometimes you get caught up and I gotta have this new thing, and I go to the store and I buy it and get home and it may not be quite as shiny or great as I thought it would be. So there's that little bit of disappointment when things don't work out exactly the way we think in our mind things should work out. When we're looking at Bible stories such as the one we talked about yesterday, where Jesus is coming into Jerusalem and it's Palm Sunday and what that whole week is going to entail, what we have to understand first and foremost is the people that are involved in this story, they don't know the end of the story yet. So that in itself, it's hard to really judge why the people did what they did, because we're always thinking about, well, we know Jesus is who he said he was. But to them, they didn't have newspapers, internet, television. The only thing that they had to go on, a lot of them there, the only thing they had to go on was word of mouth, what they had heard. Some of them, of course, probably did experience and have encounters with Jesus, the ones that had followed him, the disciples. And then there were the ones that, were recipients of some of his, miraculous things that he did. There was a lot of people there, though, because it being the Passover week, there were people from all over the Roman Empire that had come into Jerusalem for this event. So when they came, when they came together that day, they thought that, this Jesus, this man that performs these miracles, he's our king, he's the Messiah, and he's coming in town, and we've heard about it, and we're going to wave our palm branches in the air, and we're going to put our clothes down on the street so that he can ride in this. When I think of a king, I have to admit, I'm thinking of that guy riding in the white horse that's strong. He got the big sword thing like King Arthur, We think about the stories of King David and, the majesty and the whole thing that went along and him being the warrior that he was. So would it be disappointing? Yeah, it might have been for those people. They may have taken a look at it and said, this isn't what we expected. You also have to take into account the influences that they were under. These people had followed to the letter what the Pharisees had talked to them about, the teachers of the law. And so they had the Pharisees in one ear while they were looking, other people were talking in the other ear. And it may be similar to kind of what we're going through now. Who do you believe when you watch the news anymore? you know? So these are the kind of things I want us to think about over the course of this week. What would we have done if we were in the same position? And we'll possibly look at the Pharisees this week. If I was one of them, why would I have acted the way I did against Jesus? If I was a Roman citizen, if I was Pilate, why would I have done what I did? And then, of course, Jesus, knowing what was ahead, but still riding into Jerusalem for that Passover. So, until tomorrow, I'll try to come to you again if I can figure out this wonderful video and internet thing. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this passage and this Holy Week that we're in. But there's one thing for certain. We do know the end of the story. And with that, we can be glad and we can praise Him. So until tomorrow, God bless you. Talk to you then.